Hey guys, so I'm back to do another one of my question and answers videos. I got such a good feedback from the last one from you guys. I have some suggestions for a title. I have a bunch of questions from you guys that I picked. And the first thing that I want to talk about before I get into that is the lighting. I hope that the lighting is pretty good in this video. If you guys can see, I'm going to grab my mirror here and I'm hoping this doesn't blind you because this light is extremely bright. I actually got a new ring light and I'm hoping that this really brightens up my videos and makes the quality a little bit better. I did get this from Amazon. I'm going to put the link down below because I know I put it on my Facebook and my Instagram. I got a lot of questions from people wanting to know where I got it from. So I'm going to find the exact link of the one that I bought and I will put it down below. And let me not put the magnified side, put the normal side. This is what it looks like. Ooh, look at that. And yes, my mirror is very dirty. But yeah, that's the ring light. It's freaking huge. Anyway, if you guys see me looking down, it's because I have this little notepad right here with all of your questions that I'm going to answer for today. And like I said, I'm going to do about 10 questions per questions and answer video session because I do tend to ramble. And I think I'm probably going to go over a minute per answer per question, and times 10 questions is just too long. So anyway, if I did not answer your question in this video, please feel free to leave it again down below. Or if you have a different question that you want to ask me, whether it's something about me or even if it's something not about me at all, you can ask advice or whatever you guys want. Like I said, I'm going to try to come out with these videos at least once a month, maybe more. So I'm just going to get started. So first I want to talk about the names. I thought this was funny because the person that suggested this first title really stuck out to me because they have the same name as me. At least I think they do because their username is Undeniable Lee, which my name is Lee also. So anyway, she suggested the name Chatting with Chula, and I really like that because a lot of you guys know that my username is MamiChula. So I want to ask you guys, I have two suggestions that I really like. So the first one is going to be Chatting with Chula, and the other suggestion was from a username CYNC, I think that's Sync 982, and she suggested A Moment with MamiChula. So I want to ask you guys, let me know down below if you like Chatting with Chula better or A Moment with MamiChula. And I want to thank you guys for all the suggestions that you did give me, because I am so not creative like that, and I couldn't even think of one name to title this. So anyway, let's jump into the first question, and it was asked by Crazy Blue. She said, do you think that you look more like your mom or your dad? Now, I really don't know. A lot of people tell me that I look like my mom. I think the majority of people tell me that I look more like my mom. But I do get some people that tell me that I look like my dad also. So what I'm going to do is post a picture right now of my mom from about 20 years ago and my dad from about 20 years ago. And yeah, that's my mom and dad. So I want to ask you guys, who do you think that I look more like? My mom is Hispanic and my dad is white. And I honestly think that I look like a mixture of both. I think a lot of people tell me that I look more on the Hispanic side, but then some people tell me that I look more on the white side. So I want to know what you guys think. Answer that down below. One thing that I do wish that I had from my dad is his ice blue eyes. He has like these gorgeous sky blue eyes, and he's the only one in my family that has them. Okie dokie. So the next question is from Flaquita Calderon 602, and she asked, do you speak Spanish? I get this question a lot. I get it in real life, I get it on YouTube life, I get it pretty much everywhere. And I don't really know how to answer it because I don't like to come out and say yes, because I guess my Spanish is more like Spanglish. When I do speak Spanish, I will throw in a lot of English words here and there. And a lot of it will be Spanish slang as well. It's not proper Spanish. It's not the Spanish that they speak. The heck? Did you guys hear that? Oh my god, I swear. It's not the Spanish that I just spit. I have to focus. It's not the Spanish that they teach you in school, and if I was speaking to someone elderly in Spanish, it definitely would sound off to them. But you know, if I was somewhere where everyone was speaking Spanish, I definitely would still be able to carry a conversation and get my point across, but you would definitely be able to tell that it's not my first language. Okay, so Pretty Girl 92 asked, what type of phone do you have? And I have an iPhone. I have the iPhone 4S. It's not the new iPhone. I don't really think that I'm going to upgrade to the new iPhone 5 because I feel like it's pretty much the same thing. I think that the software is all the same. The only thing is that I guess it's a little bit longer. But anyway, yeah, that is my phone. I will show you guys my background. It's just that picture of me and Richie, and you can see that it's 11:06 in the morning. I film all of my videos really early in the morning. I've been filming since 9 o'clock actually today. But yeah, and the case that I have on is the OtterBox. It's the white OtterBox, obviously, and it has 2 layers. It has this hard plastic and then this soft silicone that goes over it. It adds a lot of bulk to my phone, but I drop my phone about 3 times every single week, so I need like OD protection. And the next question is from Lala EO5, and she asked, how did it feel when you guys first moved in together, and were there any challenges? A lot of you guys will know that me and Richie have been moved in for a little bit over 6 months now, and it's absolutely amazing. I think that the reason that we did not have such a hard time moving in together is because we were together almost 7 years before we actually moved in together, and during those 7 years there was a lot of weekends spent together at my place and at his place. So I feel like we really had a good feel for each other before we moved in. I know a lot of people told me you don't really know somebody until you move in with them, and honestly, I don't feel like it was a huge change. We already knew each other's routines as far as cooking and cleaning. And there's a neighbor passing my window right now. Anyway, we kind of knew each other's routine, and we really do everything as a team. We don't look at chores or whatever needs to be done as I do this and you do this. We do everything together. We do the laundry together, we fold it together, we put it away together, we clean the house together, we cook together, we go food shopping together. Everything is together. And I know that might sound too much for some people, but honestly it really works for us. That's the way we have always been. And you know, even like when we're both in the house, we're either like both in the living room, both in the dining room, both in the kitchen, both in the living room. I mean, I said living room twice. Both in the bedroom. We are just always together. We're very close. And it honestly was not a challenge at all, because I feel like everything just really fell into place. Everything fell into a routine. And yeah, I think I will go further into that issue on a future video. I know a lot of you guys have been requesting another boyfriend tag. I'm trying to find a good time when he's off of work that we can actually sit down and film a video together, so I definitely want to come out with that for you guys, and hopefully it will be up this month. And if you want to see that, comment down below letting me know so I can show him. Okay, so Miss CC11201 asks, my daughter is half Italian, half Spanish like you. Can you talk about if you faced any issues growing up? When I first saw that question, I wasn't sure if I wanted to address it here on YouTube, because it is a very personal question, and I feel like I don't want to offend anyone, or I just don't want it to come across the wrong way. But I did have a lot of issues growing up because of where I live. I do live in New York, but I live in Long Island, New York, and it's not very, I don't know how to say, it's not very mixed, I should say. The place that I grew up was completely white, and the elementary school that I went to, all completely white. There was no Hispanic kids or black kids or Indian kids or Asian kids. Maybe a very tiny handful, but it was primarily white. But there was a lot of issues, especially in elementary school, which is pretty weird. And the reason for that was because, you know, the parents would come pick up their kids every day after school, and my grandma was the one who would pick me up. And my grandma has an extremely heavy Hispanic accent. My grandma was born in Colombia, spent most of her life in Colombia, spoke Spanish only most of her life. So she came to New York when my family moved and everything, and she has an extremely heavy accent. She's very out there, she's very loud, very vivacious. I love her. She has the most amazing personality ever. But a lot of the kids in the front of the school, when I would get picked up by her, would make fun of her. They made fun of her accent so much. And I just remember that it just bothered me so much that I even sometimes didn't want her to talk, or I wouldn't want to pretend like she was my grandma, which was, it's messed up now that I think about it. But looking back as an adult now, I know why I did it. I just wanted to fit in. I didn't want to stand out. I didn't want to be different. And it really hurt as a young kid to be picked at and made fun of for that. So problems did start in elementary school, and then going into high school, they kind of continued being mixed half and half. I kind of felt like me and my sister, we were never Hispanic enough for the Hispanic crowd, and we were never white enough for the white crowd. So there was a lot of issues growing up, definitely, but I just always remembered to stay true to myself and basically just treat others how I would like to be treated, and in the end, people will come around. And obviously nowadays, being an adult, I don't have any issues like that at all, but to be honest, growing up, there was some issues. Okay, next question is from NY or New York Loves Me, and she said, worst job ever. I have had so many bad jobs. I think my #1 worst job would have to be working in a grooming place, which I actually loved at first, but it was like so strenuous on my body. I was basically just a dog washer, and I would wash maybe 50 dogs in one day. Needless to say, I stayed at that job for less than 1 week because by the time the end of the day came around, my back was killing me so bad because I had to bend over and wash so many dogs. And I actually loved washing dogs because I'm like obsessed with dogs, but it just took so much from body strength to be bending over. I know when I wash my dog, my Chihuahua, that my back hurts at the end of it. So can you imagine washing like 50 dogs one after the other, after the other, after the other? Other than that, for worst job, I was a CNA, but that really wasn't too bad of a job. Another job was a civil service job that I actually did get, and this was documented all through YouTube. Not the actual job, but while I was applying for it and trying to get the job, I actually did become a public safety officer, and it was just a little bit out of my league for me. The handcuffs and the bulletproof vest kind of just scared the crap out of me, and I don't think that I was mentally prepared to have a job like that. And a lot of you guys ask me what I do now, and actually now my full-time job is YouTube. Okay, so the next question is from MHJ1290, and she asked, why is MamiChula your username? MamiChula was actually a childhood nickname from my grandmother, and MamiChula kind of just means like cutie or sweetheart. It's kind of like a term of endearment in Spanish, and I got that nickname from my grandma growing up. Kind of a little bit embarrassing now, but whatevs. It's Mimi's Life asked, how old are you / your man? Do you have any brothers or just one sister? I am 24, Richie is 29, and I do have one younger sister, Melanie, which you guys have seen in a lot of my videos. A lot of you guys have asked if she has created a YouTube channel. I still am not able to get her to create a channel. She doesn't really know what she would do it on because she doesn't really do any type of makeup or stuff like that, but I want her to make a YouTube channel so bad. But anyway, yeah, so she is my younger sister, then comes me, and then I have 2 older sisters, and their names are Lisa and Desiree. And you guys don't really see them in a lot of videos, but maybe I can pop in a picture, or actually maybe I'll try to get them in a future video. Okay, so Natalie Galarza asked, what did you study in school, and what do you have a degree in? In school, I actually studied teaching, and that is what my degree is in, and I feel like what I'm doing now is kind of in a way teaching, not in the same way that I did expect my career to take off. But God led me down a different path, and I absolutely love it. And then last question is actually from a good friend of mine, and her username is Melissa with a Y. And she says, how often have you randomly met people who recognize you from YouTube, and is it awkward? And the reason that she asked me this question is because she was with me the other day when I did run into a subscriber who worked at Sally's Beauty Supply. So hey girl, if you're watching. And I think that my friend Melissa got a little bit, she didn't really know how to react, so she kind of just disappeared while I was there talking to my subscribers. She didn't really know what was going on. But to answer that question, it has happened a good amount of times. It usually happens at random moments. It happened a lot at shopping at the mall. It happened to me before when I used to be a CNA. It happened to me at work. It happens a lot whenever I go to Queen Center Mall with Richie. I feel like every single time that we go to Queen Center Mall, somebody always runs up to us. It's happened at Walmart, Forever 21, and different random stores. And it is always unexpected, but I get so excited when I run into a subscriber. I swear to you guys, it makes my day. I actually do get a lot of messages on Facebook for people that say that they have spotted me and Richie together, but they were embarrassed to come up. And I always wish that you would. I just love it. I promise you guys that I'm gonna be the nerd. I'm gonna be the one that gets like caught up on my words and doesn't know what to say. I'm just a dopey person like that. But yeah, when it does happen, it absolutely makes my day. And the funny thing is that it actually happens to Melanie, my sister, and Richie a lot as well, which is pretty cool, you know, because like I'm a nobody here, and to actually go out and to have people recognize you and have people that know so much about your life already, it's just an amazing feeling. I absolutely love my subscribers, and I love running into you guys. It's the best thing ever. So yeah, that is all the questions that I'm going to answer for today. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video, and to everybody that asked a question. So again, don't forget to go down below and ask questions for my next questions and answers video. I hope you guys learned a little something. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all very soon. Mwah. Bye.